face replacements, there was different idea. Like Craig wanted to have this camera really handheld, moving, be free to move and going from something really close to her to something really wide where she's doing all the different figure skating.
We had Margot, which was amazing. She was so diligent and she trained 5 days a week for 5 months. And her with her skating coach figured out like how much they could do, and I was amazed. And she'd go out and she'd do like 30-40 seconds of it, and I was kind of astounded that she could pull it off.
We needed to combine different techniques. When she's getting really close, we were doing some traditional face replacement, which is like a more 2D approach where we quickly line up the shots and say, okay, let's shoot this head really quickly on a blue screen. Let's shoot Margot on a blue screen quickly and try to figure out the positioning of the head. And the other approach was to go into a full CG head replacement.
So what we did was we set up a small studio on location to scan Margot Robbie's face and give us the overall head model with textures and expressions. We then took that data into Maya and used the scan to build the final CG model with 4 different makeup looks.
So I knew if I have these 2 techniques, somewhere we will be able to make it work.
On the shoot, we set up 6 witness cameras synced to the timecode of the 35mm camera, which allowed us to have an accurate position of Margot Robbie in every shot in each stadium.
It really freed up the work, and then the great thing with Aid Effects is we're seeing the world. I mean, we're doing these shots that are, I think there's one shot that it's 3 shots stitched together, ends up being like 2.5 minutes. That is non-stop and seeing everything.
As with sound or music, when effects actually start coming in and you start to really see the movie and not just what's you hope the movie's going to be, and it just becomes alive. It's such a difference. A full stadium is very different than an empty stadium, and the actual actress's face on her body is very different than somebody else with a little orange ball on top.
So the challenge of pulling off all of this amount of work in 3 months really challenged us. Our expertise with pipeline and our long-standing relationship with Craig Gillespie meant that we were able to pull it off.
It went like clockwork. Got them the shots, came in and made very few notes, and once we established the look, they ran with it. It was actually one of my least stressful parts of the process.
It was a great experience, a really, really, really great experience to work with Craig, to work with Tonya, also the editor. We were really close. The communication between us was really good, and the way we approached this work was really good. So it was a real pleasure to work on this movie.